Okay, so let's talk about the basics of the wheel first. These are made in the USA. They're 97 millimeters in diameter. The outer edge lip, which is a sharp lip, is 76A durometer, and the rest of the wheel to the core is 55A durometer. So the outer edge part being 76A is still a very soft durometer, but it is a little bit more on the harder side to keep the durability as well as being comfortable and maintaining maximum control. Now, even without the dual durometer technology, I've always liked Evolve 97mm wheels, especially their sharp edge wheels. I've always said that makes it way more predictable. They're not too soft, they're not too hard. And now that it has this new advanced 55A core and inner part of the wheel, I think it's definitely a great wheel. Now, to be honest with you, I actually don't like translucent wheels, and I thought I wouldn't like these, but I was wrong. When it comes to the Torqueboard 72A durometer wheels, those other China-based glow wheels with the ABEC core that companies like Verreal make that I just don't like, I feel like they're too slippery and too soft. And when it's too soft like that and it has that translucent texture on it, it is not predictable and it does not hold grip during an aggressive carve. But with these new Super Grip wheels, you don't have to worry about that. I personally think it's about the formula and how the wheel is made. The durometer measurement is important for sure, but it's really more about the formula. Now, Evolve uses an ABEC core, but it's their own particular style. Okay, so this is the Evolve Pulley 32T, and this is a 44T from Cloud Wheel. So as you can see, it looks very similar, but it's still pretty different. So if you have a Cloud Wheel pulley, this is what's gonna happen if you try to use the Evolve wheels. It fits inside, but it's got a little bit of play. Now, I've rode like this plenty of times and I've had no problems, but I'm pretty sure Evolve does not want you to do it because if you slam in the brakes hard enough or with enough riding wear and tear, you might be able to break this or possibly break the core inside there. So that's a 44, this is a 40. Then I also have this random ABEC 32T. I think I got it from either boundmotor or shaboardz. It fits inside, but it's got a little bit of play in there. So if you have an ABEC sitting at home, will it work? Yes. Does it fit perfectly? No, not really. So once you bolt on the wheel, that play gets a lot less and sometimes it even goes away. Some boards, it went away completely. Some boards I've had still a little bit of play in there. So it's really your call. If not, definitely get the Evolve 32 or 38Ts. I rock the 32Ts. This is the part where I wish all Evolve wheels were actually Kugoo cores. I would just love to easily switch out my orangatang wheels for my Evolve wheels without actually changing the pulleys. Now, predictability is my #1 important attribute when buying a new street wheel. When I test a traditional urethane wheel, this is the testing I do. I keep on pushing the deep carves over and over again, heel, toe, push it a little bit more and start breaking the traction. When I do break the traction, and if I can't control the traction being broken, then that means they are unpredictable. If I can control me breaking traction and whip it back and forth the way I want to whip it, then it's a good formulated wheel. So now I'm fully dialed in, fully in tune with the board underneath my feet. I know where the traction will break and where I can handle it and where I cannot. So then I take it to the next step and I start committing to the 180 slide. Will I fail? Of course. Failure is a part of success. So with some practice, determination, and commitment, I will have it down. Now, sliding your electric longboard might not be exactly your thing, and that's totally cool. I respect that. But best believe that sliding will in fact make you a more diverse and more aggressive rider for sure. Think about it. When you first started riding e-skates, you weren't exactly comfortable, right? So don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone with traditional street wheels. As for grip, the grip on these are very good. Just like any other traditional urethane street wheel, they obviously have breaking points, which you just saw, but that's a good thing in my opinion. Having that traditional urethane street feel like a traditional longboard is just a straight up vibe. Now you may ask, hey Fred, does it have the same grip as a boosted / mad wheel or something like a 115 onsra wheel? No, it does not. It's not the same type of wheel at all. I call those types of street wheels hybrid street wheels. Hybrid street wheels do kill a little bit more range, some more than others. They are definitely heavier and you can't break traction as easy as a traditional street wheel. As for comfort, with these 97mm dual durometer wheels, I would say they have about 15 to maybe 20% more comfort than a traditional 76A durometer street wheel. Are they as comfortable as a Mad wheel or a Meepo Cyclone or a Cloud wheel? No, they're not. Now, for some reason, some people think a Cloud wheel or a Mad wheel can achieve more than something like a traditional urethane wheel like the 97mm Evolve wheel. If you practice more, have faith in yourself and faith in your board, you can achieve all of those things with these traditional street wheels as you would with a Mad wheel or a Cloud wheel. Now, I've said it in many of my videos, comfort is not my #1 attribute when riding. It's predictability. Now, if you're a strict all-terrain rider, I get it, I respect it, I love all-terrain setups as well, but you're missing out on a lot. More power, more speed, way more range, better free roll, lower stance, and most of all, will give you that traditional longboard vibe. If you want to be comfy and cozy on your electric longboard the entire time, you're missing out on half what your board can offer. So a few things worth mentioning. I noted before that orange is the only availability for the color right now, but 100 miles later, I would say orange is definitely the best color to retain its actual color. If you go for purple, white, green, pink, red, it seems like they all look like crap after 100 miles. With orange, as long as you wipe it down later on, it still looks great. Also, this particular GTR is my most ridden board and has absolutely zero malfunctions. So if you want a proper bamboo board that's not big and bulky, I highly suggest the GTR 2. So quick tip, any wheels that you're having trouble with getting on the actual pulley is lining up a little bit, but is not quite getting inside. Take an equal or bigger size wheel, give it a nice jam in there. You're good to go. Now, if you notice little bubble holes in your Evolve wheels, please don't panic. This simply happens during production and it doesn't affect the wheel whatsoever. This happened with my boas, my orangatang Kuguamas, my other Evolve wheels, and I'm sure most China-based soft durometer wheels will have it as well. Now, if your wheel chunks or chips, it is okay. It will not affect the wheel's performance and capabilities. Does it suck and look crappy? Sure, I agree. But it's way better than constantly changing tires and tubes and always stressing about what you're running over while riding. With street wheels, you can run over all the glass and nails you want. Now, in my opinion, one of the worst things about riding street wheels constantly is always getting a loose bash guard. Especially if you're a city rider riding street wheels, you know exactly what I'm talking about. As for the price, the price currently is $169 US. Do I think that's overpriced? Yes, absolutely. I definitely think that's overpriced. However, like Evolve boards, they deserve to have higher pricing due to better quality. Just like the Hoyt Zoo Bombs and just like the Orangatang Dad Bods, they're quite expensive. So I think they should be more expensive than most wheels out there, just not this expensive. I think around $129 is more of a fair price in my opinion. But if you're a wheel addict like me, it doesn't matter. You want to try everything and you love wheels, definitely go for it. Final thoughts. Now, if you may ask, what is my favorite street wheel? It is still the 85mm orange orangatang wheel. Right up there is the blue 77A 85mm orangatang Kuguama wheel. I would give those wheels for a traditional urethane street wheel score a 9.5 out of 10. I would rate these wheels an 8.5 out of 10. My second favorite wheel is actually the traditional 97mm wheel by Evolve. They have awesome colors. I really truly love the size, predictability, and just that true skate longboard feel. Then for third place, I would actually have a tie between these and the BOA 90mm 74A white BOA hatchling wheels. Now you might be thinking, hey, these are all small wheels and they're hard. Well, that could be true, but when they're smaller, I have more control. And when I have more control, I'm more confident. And when I'm more confident, I just have so much of a better ride. Now, if you want to try street wheels, but you're just afraid of being uncomfortable, you have bad roads, I promise you, every e-skater has bad roads. Sometimes you might live on a road that's pretty damn nice, but once you turn the corner to a different road, a different town, you will always experience cracks, imperfections in the road, potholes, rocks, debris, and vibrations. It's simply a part of skating. Just don't let it get to you. If you don't let it get to you and you adapt and you keep practicing, the payout of the reward of becoming such a diverse and more aggressive rider is so worth it. Thank you for watching, guys.